Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 241. Josh insulted me right first comment of the night.
That's different than any other night. How?
7 o'clock, right on the button. I heard my favorite TikTok star is joining, and it's not you, Jason.
Oh, thanks, Josh.
Yeah, it's not you either, Larry. Damn it.
Wow, burst my bubble, man. Come on.
As you can see, we have Mo Side Hustles on as a guest host tonight. She is the TikTok star, has a great following on TikTok, an expert in DoorDash, and I was on her show. My dog is barking. Oh my God, what perfect timing. Okay, that's gonna annoy me. Hey, get out.
Oh, gotta love live production, right? Oh my goodness. Well, we are very glad to have you on the show tonight, Mo.
Thanks, Larry.
Real professional. My big old pit bull, what he does is he gets on our bed and then he sticks his fat head out the window between the blinds and barks at people on the sidewalk. So he was just going nuts. Anyway, sorry about that. But Mo Side Hustles, check her out on TikTok. It's awesome. She has great content. I seriously like all the stuff that she talks about is really engaging. I'm trying to figure out the TikTok live thing. I definitely would like to do that. So go to gigeconomyshow.com to sign up for our newsletter and anything gig economy show related. I'd like to thank our Patreon members, Samson from Grand Rapids, Bud from North Carolina, Omar from Detroit, Steve from Colorado, Delivery Cats from Michigan, Frank from Philly, Tom from Chicago, Jim from Connecticut, Miguel from GR, Linda from Tampa, and Jerry Gillette from Kentucky, not Jerry from Gillette. Go to patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast. There are 2 different tiers there. You get an exclusive piece of merch, ad-free episodes, and just a bunch of stuff. So if you'd like to support the show, we'd really appreciate it. Also, if you want to join our community on Telegram, Larry's going to tell you about that.
Yeah, so Telegram's just a messaging app. You can send text, or you can also do voice or video messages. So if you're out driving, delivering food, or doing ride share, you don't want to be texting and driving because that's dangerous. But it's real easy to do a voice recording, and you can talk with gig workers all across the country, all over the world. We talk about our favorite gigs, any new gigs that are happening, or what's really hot right now. We complain about our pissy passengers and bad deliveries, and but most of all, we just kind of chat, get to know each other, and it's nice to have friends who know what you're going through when you're out there doing gig work because they've been through it too. So join our Telegram for sure.
All these things that we talk about, the links are in the description. And speaking of TikTok, I've been saying this for the last little bit, trying to grow the TikTok. It's Maureen has helped me out a little bit. We were like pushing really hard to get 400, and now just like that, we're almost at 450. So we're posting every day, and we'd love to have you there. And also, if you're watching the show right now from Mo's channel, if you could like the stream and subscribe. If you're, you don't have to, I said, but I would really
we would appreciate it.
It would make me happy. So, yeah. And then last thing, the newsletter, we're trying to build that up too. Go ahead and sign up for that. And like I said, links are in the description. All right, Larry, no stories from the road.
No, not really. Like I said, had a lady leave her purse, or a college kid actually leave her purse in the car, and tried to get a hold of her that night, but never did get a response. And then the next day, you know how it goes. Oh, I need it back. My car keys are there. I have to go to work. And, well, I get it to you when I get it to you.
Right.
But, yeah, I got it back to her, so everything's nice and copacetic.
Did you get a cash tip from her, or did you do
No, she was not even like very grateful about when you returned it, which always surprises me. If I left my wallet in a car and somebody brought it back, and I would be very grateful to them. And no,
nothing. She was
not much. No, she's kind of like, thanks. Yeah.
Did you submit it through the app though? Yes. You got $20.
Yep.
Through that. Okay. Well, that's good. At least for that. Stories for me, nothing. I did Laugh Fest last weekend, which was good. I really enjoyed it. Haven't really done any gig work. Oh, I take that back. I did a Delivered. Remember we were talking to Steve about Delivered?
Yes. Yeah.
And so one came up and it was $20, and it's like whatever. But he said that if I do 10, I'll start getting better ones. So I did that. It was super easy. They're usually really easy.
Yeah.
So it was like Noodles and Company to like a business. But I don't know if you've heard of that, Maureen, Delivered, but Delivered's a little bit different because you actually set it up. You go into the place of business and set it up. So that's a little bit different.
With DoorDash, I have had to set them up. I actually had posted a video where I had this. It was $1,800 Panera order.
Oh, why?
And I had to set it up. I mean, like bread and juice and everything everywhere. And I set it up, and she gave me a $50 tip. But I mean, I don't know. It was like half and half, where people were like, oh, that's a good tip, you should be grateful. And then the rest were like, oh, you should have gotten so much more than that. But I think Panera can take part of the tip. So if they did, that's fine, because I just brought it there and set it up. They had to cook it all. So
yeah, I don't understand why people get all frustrated, because like $1,800, right? They're looking at that number and then the $50. But like, how much more work was the 1,800 compared to like 500? Okay, a couple more bags, but it's not worth like I mean, what's 20%? Like $360 tip?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm telling
very
you,
unusual.
My car was loaded.
I'm sure.
That's a lot of Panera. That is a lot of Panera.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't have any stories from the road other than that little bit. So we'll jump right in. Well, you know what? Before we jump in gig economy news, Mo, give us I apologize for that. The dog fucking threw me off. And tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got into gig. We'll do this like a couple of minutes, how you got into gig work, those kind of things.
Okay. Thanks, Jason. I'm Maureen. I live in Michigan, and I was an optician for a long time. And
hold on. What the hell's an optician?
Fit for glasses. So
there's a title for that?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yep. I know all about lenses and frames and all that. I loved working there, but I had to move. So I had to do my job remotely. And I was doing that, and then my brother lives in Milwaukee. He's like, man, this guy, he's doing this DoorDash and he makes like, crazy money. And I'm like, yeah. And I started, and honest to God, I used to deliver pizzas when I was 19, and I loved it. And I'm like, I could do this. Yeah. And honestly, I make twice as much doing this that I did being an optician as a trained, skilled person. So I've been doing it for like 3.5 years, 3 years, definitely full time. So I started with DoorDash, mostly DoorDash. And then my boyfriend travels for work. So I travel with him and do in different cities, which is awesome because I get to see all the little neighborhoods and stuff. And now we have Uber Eats in our area too. So I'm doing Uber Eats and DoorDash at the same time. So
very cool.
I love it.
So that is a neat thing about the gig work, where you can go to different cities, especially with food delivery.
Yeah.
So when you go with your boyfriend, are you driving your car then, or does he fly out or how does that work?
We both drive. So he takes his car and I take my car. Yeah.
Little caravan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of times he's there, for weeks or months. So, it's.
You're not going to be there for a week or months.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but okay, I'm going back home.
Well, sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Well, again, thank you so much for
having me on
the show. And so Josh says you should do Spark in the Bus. Hey, when I was on that long field trip, I thought about doing something like that, but man, can you imagine me pulling up to deliver your order in a school bus? Oh my God.
You should do ride share in the school bus, man.
Yeah.
That's what you do, not Spark.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
party bus.
If I could get that on the platform, I might try it. So.
There you go.
All right, gig economy in the news. First up is this. I thought this was interesting.
Speaking of Spark.
Yeah, speaking of Spark. So Why did not do that? There we go. So we always talk about with Spark and all the apps, DoorDash, Uber Eats. I know DoorDash has been really cranking it up, but is making sure you're taking a picture and stuff. But this is in Arkansas, and this is an in-person identity verification. It says all drivers in your area will need to complete an in-person identify verification in the garden center of blah blah blah. Verification should be done by 3/11 and cannot be done during an active delivery. They get paid one time for $15 for completing it. And they basically said, if you don't do it, you're not working on the app. So kind of weird. I haven't seen it anywhere else. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about that at all, but it's just weird that they're making them do it in person. Doesn't it feel, what does it feel like? Does it feel shady? It feels shady or something.
At first, I think it kind of does.
It's very different. So that throws everything off.
I do like that they're doing it, but it's weird that they're like basically forcing you. Like, I want to know what their reason is, which we may never find out. Mm-hmm. Why are they forcing the drivers to do it in that area?
Yeah, no telling.
No, there's no telling.
I mean, that's how it always is with them. I mean, they come up with this stuff out of the blue, and you're like, what possessed them to do that? But
yeah, I feel like I like it though, because I'm all about the identification. Like that's
verification. If you're not renting somebody's account out or something like that, it's not a problem for you.
Maybe they had some safety issues.
That could be. Yeah.
I wonder but why the digital part, and like you said, unless it's a safety issue, why the digital part doesn't work. Although, as we talked to that tech guy, it definitely was. It was easy to beat. Yeah, I mean, if you kind of know a little bit what you're doing, it's easy to beat. Mm-hmm. So, which isn't good, but so maybe looking forward to that, or that might be coming to your area. It'd be crazy in Grand Rapids or even the big cities. Like, all right, all 7,000
line it up. Single file.
You only get paid $15. So if it's a 3-hour wait, not a problem.
Nope.
Larry, this lady fell victim to an elaborate Uber scam. Is it elaborate? I didn't read it. Or is it just like all the other ones?
I mean, it's a little bit of a different twist. So what happened is she had taken her car in to get her car serviced. And, a lot of the dealerships will use Lyft or Uber to give their customers a ride home. And then when their car is fixed, they'll send an Uber or Lyft to pick them up and bring them back to pick up their car. I know several dealerships here in Bowling Green do that. So they ordered an Uber for her, and she said right afterwards she got a text confirming that an Uber was on the way. And then a few minutes later, she got a phone call that was supposedly from the driver, and he asked her to confirm who she was. She said what she thought was a little strange, and then he asked her for a code that she should have gotten in the email. And she thought that was strange. She hadn't had to do that before, but she said just having dropped off her car, she was kind of in a rush. So she said she got caught off guard. So she checked her email account and found an email from Uber that had a verification code. She said, had I spent some time and actually read the message, it said, don't share this code with anyone. Uber will never ask you for this code. So my bad. She said, I gave him the code, didn't think anything about it. So then he pops up as her driver that's going to pick her up, and then he drops her. The ride drops, and another driver ends up picking her up. So she said, didn't really think much about it until a few days later. She was going into her Uber account and she could not log in. She's an Uber, passenger, not a driver. And then she said, she put in her phone number and it says, what's your verification code? She said, I'm not getting any verification code. And she realized that her Uber account had been hacked. They changed the email to it. And then when she looked at her bill, she had been charged for 2 trips in Calgary, Alberta at a cost of over $300 each. So some pretty hefty Uber rides there.
Damn.
And so she had to contact her credit card company. She said, but getting in touch with Uber and kind of restoring her account, she said took several days. She said she received no further contact from Uber, despite asking if changes were going to be made to prevent this type of incident. So, I understand she's upset, but it says don't share the code. And
I mean,
that's on her.
Yeah. at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, good for her for taking accountability." And then it says Uber needs to change something. Change what? You gave him the code.
Yeah. It says in an email statement, Uber said riders and drivers should never share personal account information such as passwords, verification codes, or anything else with anyone. But they did refund the unauthorized charges to her account. So,
well, at least for that.
Yeah. But she said she's too nervous to use Uber ever again. So
sure.
Oh, okay. She's looking for a payday.
Yeah.
Mo, what's going on in DoorDash? As much as I don't do it, is there any current scam going around right now? For customers or drivers?
Not a scam, really, but DoorDash is wanting us to verify food contents again. There's an actual screen that you have to like check mark all of the things that are in the bag, even though the bag is sealed.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? What do you want me to do? I got
that the other day. I to be honest, that's probably the first DoorDash I've done in 3 years. I'm just not a.
And there's a reason for that. We'll be talking about that in a little bit.
No, I'm a right share guy. But yeah, I got on there and it came out and it said, you have to take a picture of the contents of the food. They said specifically, open the bag and separate the contents so you can see everything in the picture. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I just opened the bag and took a picture of that.
No.
I'm like, I'm not taking the food out of the
funny.
bag.
It says verify, but then up on the top it says do not open sealed bags.
Yeah. He's like conflicting information here. Which one am I supposed to do?
That's crazy. It asks you to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it was having us, and it stopped because there must have been, but it was having us verify with the restaurant employee, have them unseal the bag if necessary to check the contents of the bag. And I'm like, no, because they already don't want DoorDash in there.
I mean, hate us.
Well, I mean, depends on where you live, but I'm not going to ask them to do that. They're already, working their butt off.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, I wonder if they're implementing it just because for customer perception, because there's been some issues or whatever.
I do understand the concept of it, but there has to be a different way. It can't be on the driver. It's got to be something that's implemented with the restaurant, because if it's sealed, there's nothing we can do. But then if we say that if we verify and there's nothing, there's something missing, then that's on us.
Yeah.
So
there's not a great answer there, because if it's a sealed bag, I'm not opening it. The one I got the other day was some KFC, and they're like, sorry, we're out of stickers. So it was not sealed.
Right.
But the customer, if you don't verify it, they're going to be mad. If you open the bag, they're going to be mad. It's just like a lose-lose situation.
It is. Yeah.
I'm just going to roll the dice and check it. Like, I'm just going to be like, whatever. If
there is an option though at the bottom where you can say can't verify, and then it apparently it pops up and says, gives you like reasons. And I think because the bag is sealed, I think is one reason.
Oh yeah. So I'll be using that.
You can
every time.
say that. Yeah.
Using that every time.
Yep.
But the problem is it's just one more step to do when you're trying to flip orders. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean,
with this new point system, it's taking, there's less time for us to actually deliver. So it's giving us more steps and giving us less time to deliver.
Yeah, so that's frustrating, especially like I said, if you want to flip and go on to the next one.
Yeah, you're trying to roll through them things.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll stop. I don't know. Like, sorry that.
Like I said, I think the concept is good. I think it's good for the customer, because I mean that's who we're serving, as the customer. So
absolutely. I would be bummed if it fell on me though, because let's face it, some of the restaurants, I mean, I think McDonald's does a pretty good job because they have that exclusive contract with DoorDash, and like there's different rules that apply, but like they're really trying to do it right. So I'm going to hope that they do it right and just not worry about it. But it is frustrating if they don't do it right. It's going to come back us.
Right. I don't think that restaurants do it on purpose.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And we got to remember, I mean, sometimes these restaurants are working with teenagers that, especially at Culver's, where my daughter worked. They hire a lot of 14 and 15-year-olds, and
Yes.
They're understaffed or they're young kids, and you got to cut them some slack sometimes.
A little bit of slack, but
I agree.
All right, quite a bit of videos tonight. Here's the first one. Amazon slams into the house, so it's a slow burn at the beginning, but it'll pay off in the end. Basically, he pulls up in the driveway, and then you think he's settled, and then something happens. So we will play that. All right, why is it doing that?
What is going on?
Well, remember the new scene thing? I don't know. I feel like they've changed it, because it used to be if I played it, it would go right over there. Okay. All right.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
I don't know. I forgot to tell you too, Mo, when videos play, we're all muted. So
that's okay.
So I was just letting you know. I don't know. He was all settled in, and like it's like he almost had a medical emergency or something like that.
Yeah, because that wasn't just like creeped up into there, man. That was like, whoa, hit the gas and go, buddy.
Yeah. It's surprising how many videos I see on TikTok of Amazon drivers fucking up.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that's what the third or fourth we've seen them running into somebody's house or garage.
I mean, literally. I mean, of course, the algorithm is showing me them because I'm watching them. But like, seriously, like every day I find a new one. We should start we'll do a Waymo and
the Waymo and Amazon. Yeah,
yeah.
What did Amazon do today?
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of and even just us on this show, I feel like once or twice a month we're showing a video of a driver, but takes it to the new step of the porch delivery.
Oh my
Josh and his jokes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Putting a drive-in in that house.
No.
It's almost like he thought he was stepping on the brake, but he was stepping on the gas.
But he was already stopped.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
That's the thing. It's like he had to move his foot from the brake to the gas. That's the how did this happen?
Yeah.
Moment.
I don't understand. Yeah.
Man, the airbags went off too. Like that van fucked. Once those airbags go off, like
they total them.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
Oh goodness.
All right, moving on. Another TikTok. Do you like the title of that one?
Oh yeah.
He was rolling back. Oh God, Pete's calling fake video again. All right, hold on. See, the problem is I can't fast forward it, Pete. So Pete was actually a host on the show way back in the day, and he was like a full-time rideshare driver. Which you should stay on, Pete, because we're going to talk about car seats later.
That's right. The king of no car seat.
But Pete said the van was rolling backwards, so he probably went to apply the brake and then hit the gas. But like, he had 4 seconds to realize he was going forward.
Right.
Judas Priest. All right. Poop pants, Larry.
All right. Yeah. So this video, we'll just play it and then we'll talk about it.
It's so short, but it's so funny.
I just got an Uber, and we probably made it maybe not even a mile down the street, and he turns around and he looks at me and he goes, "Ma'am, I just shit myself. Can I drop you off somewhere?"
Yeah, I'd be like, yes, please.
Oh, I love that. I love like how honest he was, and I love how she was like, I mean, I don't think she was laughing at him. She was probably
no. I think she just kind of took it in stride, and
like
thought it was funny because that could go bad, and that could go bad in a lot of ways. But oh my gosh,
describe the ways it could go bad, Larry.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine being a driver and having to turn around and tell a passenger that,
dude. I mean, I've shit my pants in the car, like not like a full blown but I trusted a fart many times, and you got to go get it cleaned up. Like, but I don't think, I mean, depending how long the trip was, I might just finish it and then just go offline.
Josh, what a shitty situation.
Yeah.
We both said Josh at the same time. Jay almost shit his pants on air. You know what? I probably have, honestly. The amount of bowel problems I have. Mo is second guessing her life choices right now.
No, this is
goodness.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be embarrassing to have to tell your passenger that. I can't imagine.
But I gotta give them props, and both of them acting like adults.
Yeah. Now I'm not done that, but I mean, there's been times I get sinus drainage, and you're fine when nobody's in the car, and then you get a passenger, and halfway through the ride, you get that tickle in your throat, and you're trying not to cough, especially back during when COVID, after COVID, you don't get the death stare, so you're trying, and then your eyes start watering, and then you start making the funny faces, and you're like, I've got to cough, just got to cough up half a lung here.
Well, I've when I was driving, I just called it like it was. Like when I was going to make a U-turn, I would say, hey, y'all, I'm just going to make a quick U-turn here. No surprise. And I would do the same thing. Cough, like, guys, I got a tickle, and I'm going to cough like a maniac for the next 20 seconds.
I'm not sick. I promise. It's just sinus drainage.
Sure you are.
Exactly. That's what they're thinking.
Super spreader event.
Right here in the car.
Right. All right, moving on. This is more of a discussion point, which I was kind of surprised at. Is this person wrote, and this is actually in our local group. How often do y'all kick passengers out? I do it often, like 2 or 3 times per week. I'm not putting up with people patting my back or disrespecting me or my car. Now,
did you post that?
No. You see the name? It's not me.
Could be a pseudonym.
It's Eric. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I do. Pseudonyms. So I talked to these guys. So Larry's got, God, how many rides you got, Larry? You got to be up past me, right?
14,000.
14,000. Okay, I'm at like 8,000. We have another co-host that does once a month. He's probably at 25,000.
Wow.
We all together have probably kicked out. I mean, I don't know if Larry has, but maybe 5.
I've never kicked out anybody.
Okay, I was pretty sure that you didn't.
I had one that I would have, but I was on the interstate. I would have kicked him out because he kept messing with my dash cam.
Yeah.
But I've had people I didn't pick up. Like you pull up and you look at him, you're like, nah, not happening. I'll do that. But I've been lucky enough that I've not had any that I've had to kick out.
I mean, I've slapped a girl's hand away from my radio because she was messing with my radio, but that's because she was annoying as fuck. But no, I've that's the running joke, Maureen, is me.
That's the inside joke. Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't come up in a while, which is surprising, but usually at least once a month it comes up. Yeah, Josh, I pulled up and seen them smoking cancel. Yeah, I've done that too. But no, I've definitely kicked a few people out just because I don't even remember. Like my memories of a goldfish, so I can't remember, but I know I've kicked a few out.
I'm sure you had good reason.
Well, I mean, it's usually disrespect or they're just so drunk or whatever, but 2 or 3 times a week, like,
what you gotta be, you gotta have a short fuse.
Yeah.
You're kicking them out 2 or 3 times a week.
Well, I get, so if somebody pats my back and I've had people touch my beard, I'm just like, hey, that's personal space. Like that personal space. And usually that's it. That's good. And I can see if they did it again, I might kick them out. Right. And God, Josh, I'm gonna have to mute him because he keeps distracting me. It's
oh yeah. So I did have another one almost kicked out. Yeah, he was rubbing my hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke. Your memory is like your hair. It's long gone. My hair's not long gone. I'm not bald. I'm growing my hair out, bitch. All right. Sorry, he's distracting me. I'm gonna kick his ass. So yeah, 2 or 3 times a week just seems a little ridiculous, but I kind of would like to message this guy, like, seriously, 2 or 3 times a week? Like, it's slow right now. How are you even getting any work?
Right.
Well, it's not slow on the weekends, but anyways, so I thought that was interesting. In more, you've never done any rideshare or anything. Is it available? Well, it's probably available.
I think so. Yeah. I don't want people in my car, I guess. I don't know.
Come on. It's St. Patty's Day coming up.
No, especially not drunk people. No, thank you.
They can be interesting.
Yeah, They can be. I guarantee you check in with Larry next week. He probably got a puke.
Yeah.
Might have.
All right, Larry. New autonomous city looks like.
Yeah. So Waymo, they're expanding through several cities, but the latest one they did is Austin, Texas. I think it started a week ago yesterday. It's the Uber app. So they have a partnership with Waymo. Says they're going to be expanding their Waymo service to several new U.S. cities, but it doesn't list which ones they are after Austin. But yeah, they plan on rolling out through, like I said, several cities. This one is 37 square miles of Austin, Texas. You can order, when you're ordering Uber, you can choose to be open to, one of the Waymo cars, or you can choose that, no, I don't want to ride in one of these autonomous cars because I don't trust it yet. So,
okay. Well, it seems like they're popping up quickly. Like, I feel like in the last 6 months, it's
it's starting to get traction. We've gone over this. I mean, when we've talked about this for how many years now, the autonomous cars, and people were saying, oh, next year or 2 years or something like that. And we're like, no. But it's starting to get some traction with the autonomous cars. And I'm sure there'll be setbacks. There'll be accidents that happen and things will get put on hold and they'll have to revamp and for a few months and do more research and things like that. But I think it is really starting to get traction, and we're going to see, it rolling out across the country.
Yeah, it's a little scary. I like the thing of you saying like, oh, there'll be someone hurt. Like that's we nonchalantly say that, but like it has happened, and it probably will happen.
It will. Yeah, it will. We know the technology is not, where it would need to be. I don't think it's probably safer than human driving yet. Yeah, but they'll get there.
Well, I mean, and this is, again, I'm not being insensitive. There's going to be growing pains with that, and that includes car accidents.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it's just part of it.
I think I'm okay with it, though. I mean, obviously, if my family was affected, I wouldn't be. But like, I'm okay with. I'm becoming more on board with it because I'll be honest, like, I'm probably not going to do a ton more rideshare anymore. So I think maybe that part of my gig life has passed me. I mean, I've done the drunks, I've done it all, you know what I mean? And it's okay. Yeah. Now, again, if the money was balling again, I would say, okay, Jason's back driving. Like,
yeah, you go where the money's at. And I mean, Bowling Green's small enough that, it'll probably, it'll be a while for the Waymo cars and stuff get here. But with Uber going to the upfront pricing coming up, and, I don't know.
Yeah. Why? I was just going to say that. Why aren't we talking about that? You wanted to talk about that.
No, we just didn't get it on there.
Well, what freaking stories from the road? Your story is you're going to pot.
Yeah. So here's the story. Bowling Green, for some reason, it's had one of the best rates for Uber drivers that we see. We get $1.17 a mile, and I forget how much it is for our time. But a lot of places, like people here, will go to Nashville to drive just because it's so busy. And you can stay busy down there. You can do ride after ride after ride. But they were making, before they went to upfront pricing, they were lowered them down to like 67 cents. So we're making almost double here per ride. So you can make a lot more, or you can stay busier in Nashville, but you're putting twice the miles on your car.
Right.
And so it's been a running joke in our group about, our rate here and how well it's been. But Lyft went to upfront pricing, I don't know, probably a year ago, and not a fan, and I'm sure I won't be a fan of Uber's upfront pricing.
Okay, I didn't know that Lyft had already switched over. I guess that memo. But yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry that's happening. We did joke about it.
We did
about 3 months ago. He was like getting these fucking huge ass surge, like $27 surges and shit like that. I'm like, oh, they're just buttering you up for
because and the funny thing was, like, for years we would, like, the only time we would see a surge would be like New Year's Eve, maybe one or two nights a year when it was really super busy. And then all of a sudden they started popping up, and like homecoming, we have Western Kentucky University here. Their homecoming football game this year was at that time was my best day ever. And like you said, there's one spot where it surged 27. So I'd drive through that spot, get the surge, pick somebody up, turn right,
Nice.
app off, go take them to their destination, get back to that spot, turn it back on. And I forget how much I made that day, but I don't know, 600, I think, something like that.
Oh, nice.
And so Jason's like, you know what they're doing, man? They're just buttering you up. You're getting ready to hit you with upfront pricing. I was like, shut your mouth. And, damn it, Jason, you spoke it into the universe.
Well, I kind of forgot about it because it
I did too.
The surges stopped and everything went back to normal. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're good.
Yeah,
but apparently not.
Wham. So,
all right.
I may be doing more food delivery.
Yeah, you might be.
Or cranking up that OnlyFans, right?
Oh, gross. No one wants to see. Actually, someone probably wants to see that.
I doubt it.
I mean, maybe you'd earn like $100 a month or something like that. Something like Larry's Hairy Toes.com.
Oh goodness.
Josh said this will be his first St. Patty at work. Holy cow.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Good luck.
St. Patty is usually the only reason it's not as crazy here on St. Patrick's Day last few years is because our university, that's their spring break. The first couple of years I worked, it wasn't at the same time. I don't know why they've coordinated that. So, but most of the bars here are doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for St. Patty's Day. So tomorrow night, I imagine I will be very busy and be out very late.
One thing I would recommend as a rookie, just a driver in general, is you definitely got to get those emesis bags. I mean, some people use trash bags for puke. And honestly, St. Patty's Day is kind of a rookie holiday for drinkers. So, be careful because there's going to be a lot of fresh 21-year-olds that are going to just pound the beers, and it's
can't handle their alcohol at all.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. So that's why I'm probably not going to do it.
Yeah. So St. Patty's Day, like 4 years ago was the day I had a passenger. She was drunk as all get out, and she was riding in my front seat. We got to the apartment complex where she was going to hook up with this dude. We're in the middle of the parking lot. She's like, right here. I'm like, right here. That's where she wanted to stop. Literally opened my door, took one step out and turned around to me. And she's like, I got to pee really bad. Dropped her shorts right there, just staring at me in the face and commenced to peeing. And then the boy she's hooking up with comes out and he's all mad. And she's like, I had to go pee. What do you want me to do? So he storms in the house and she's like, well, he's all mad. And I'm like, well, he's not going to kick you out, honey. And then she got done. She looked at me, pulled her shorts up. She's like, thank you. And I was like, well, thank you. She's like, we're best friends now. And I'm like, well, yeah, because we shared a moment here, didn't we?
That's ballsy. Eye contact while you're taking a piss in a parking lot with a complete stranger.
I think there could have been 100 people in that parking lot, and she would not have changed her actions one bit.
I mean, I'll tell you something right now. I have gone out drinking and with my wife, and she's driving, and I've had to have her pull over. I'm like, honey, I'm gonna piss my pants. Like, I swear to God. And right in the road, I just went. Like, I mean,
it's because you didn't have your thirsty goose with you.
Well, yeah, I didn't have my thirsty goose, but I would get stage fright. We're going TMI here. Sorry, Mo.
It's okay.
Have you ever tried, if your wife is driving, to pee in a Gatorade bottle while she's in there? I know it sounds weird because I pee a lot.
While she's in the Gatorade bottle?
No. Well, she's driving.
Oh my God. You're
like,
peeing in a bottle while she's driving.
Yes. Have you ever tried that?
I have never tried that. No.
I get you shut up. I met Larry.
No, I've never. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever peed in a bottle in my car ever.
What? So I'm the only savage here?
Apparently.
Right,
hey, Jesper.
Yeah. Just saying. I couldn't do it.
I have pulled the car over, on
the thing is, you got to get out and you have to have both doors open so that you have a kind of a little bit of a.
Well, especially for a female, because you kind of got to squat down.
Yeah. That's a little harder, but.
All right. We're going to get banned. All right.
Again.
Here's our Waymo in the news.
Waymo
in the news. All right. And here we go. Boom. if you saw that, the Waymo just floored it through just a big ass pothole.
Giant pothole, yeah.
That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, what happens if it was a sinkhole?
Yeah.
I mean, a pothole, okay, whatever. It's
you should see the nose go down in there.
Boom. Bad.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I mean,
it's so funny because there's so many things that they stop and won't go past, like the steam or the traffic cones and things like that. And then you're like, oh, did somebody forget to program the fact that there are big potholes in the road sometime, and they may not want to go through those at 40 miles an hour.
Well, it's interesting if when you watch the video, there's like public works
they're trying to block it off,
but it went like really close to the front of it. It was just like zoom. Like if I was in that car, I'd be like, shit, we're gonna die. So that's our new segment, Waymo in the news, because at least once a week I find Waymo fucking up. So
doing something. I mean, they're always there's plenty of stories out there about those.
Real quick, couple ads. Dovetail, which we talked about earlier. This is why Larry is doing one DoorDash a week. So Dovetail is I would say a data company, and they're looking for your earnings on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber, and Lyft. And so each of those will get you $10 for submitting your earnings on that, and that's all you have to do. Now, I will say I don't know how to I think you do it twice for Uber Eats and Uber Rides. You can do it twice, I guess. But yeah, I did it for Uber. I took 2 deliveries last week, and they gave me, well, I haven't gotten it yet, but you get $10. So really you have the potential every week to get $40 a week. So just, nice. I'm going to take 1 Lyft ride. I'm going to do 1 DoorDash. And I mean, it sounds like what a pain in the ass, but $40 a week. I mean, that's a tank of gas. If you,
And it takes you like 2-3 minutes to, do your screenshots and submit them. They're very particular. You have to have everything expanded, and they will reject them if it's not just how they tell you. But once you do it once or twice and get it rejected and you realize, okay, I've got to do this. After that, it's, it's pretty easy. And I've been doing it for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 months now.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically free money just for, I mean, it's not like they're taking your, identity. It's
right. Yeah. Nothing identifying is on there. It's just the amount that you made. Your username or anything's not on there. Nothing's on there that can identify you. But
check the link in the description, and we do have a referral. If
awesome,
you sign up, I get 10, or we get 10, and then you get 10 after your first submission. So the first time they've been doing a referral, because I don't think they've ever done that before, but I know it's kind of new to us, but I never see anyone post about it. I am seeing it a little bit now. So
I think they're just rolling out.
And then also Gary Middleton from Middleton Tech. We got Maximo, the blue logo, Flex Alert for Amazon. The purple logo is driver utility helper. That one's just for DoorDash specifically. This is apps that help you multi-app. They decline bad orders for you automatically. There's basically a whole bunch of things that you can set up for that. Obviously, these do cost money, but it pays for itself within the first shift of DoorDash or Uber or anything like that. I don't know why he has a specific DoorDash one and it's not included in the other one, but you do need to be on Android. So that's one of the reasons why I have an Android phone for work, because I do use those apps to because I mean, I'm a cherry picker. I know you're not, Maureen, which is totally fine. But like when you're doing DoorDash and you're getting a ton of orders, I don't want to test the screen. So this basically just declines it for you every single time. Decline. And then you can set up parameters like, hey, I don't want to do anything more than 10 miles away, or it needs to be a $10 minimum. And then it will accept it for you automatically, or it won't decline it, and then you can choose to do it. So there's so many different options with Gary's apps. So check it out. Link is in the description. So moving forward, this is for Pete. This is a woman requested Uber for 5 kids, and the driver refused to pick them up. So I wasn't going to do the video, but then I watched it, and it is 2 minutes, but I think it's a good 2 minutes to kind of see the real life of like what is happening when people try to order an Uber and have no car seats. So do that. And
hi, I will not be able to take all of you. You need an Uber XL. Yeah.
I can afford an Uber XL.
I cannot.
Right up the street.
I cannot be able to take all of you. Legally, I cannot. And also, you will also need to be able to have booster seats, even for the little ones.
So you think I'm going to install a booster seat in somebody's car with 4 kids?
Any child under the age of 8 will need to have safety seats, and also with the amount of people.
So you want me to carry around 3 car seats?
It's not me.
I Uber all the time.
Okay. This is a car. It is not me.
It is you. I Ubered in the car 3 times already, and nobody gave me an issue but you.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. You have 7 people.
And we get in the back seat of an Uber all the time. She holds the baby, they sit in the middle. We get in the Uber all the time. We literally do, and I live right up the street. My mom lives right up the street.
Then call your mom, because this is illegal right here. If you would like, I can call the cops, because this is illegal right here.
What I'm trying to tell you is
you can call Uber. They will let you know this is illegal. You have 7 people that can only fit 4 people in a vehicle. You need an Uber XL, and you also need safety seats for children.
So I'm
I cannot take this.
3 car seats?
Yes, you're a parent. You're a parent.
I carry around 3 car seats.
You're a parent.
By myself.
You're a parent. When you have children, you're a parent. Yes.
Carry around 3 car seats.
Yes, you're a parent. You're a parent.
Carry around 3 car seats.
You're a parent. When you have children, that's what you do as a parent.
So, yeah. That is honestly, I gotta give. I mean, I understand that the mom was frustrated, but she didn't curse her out. There's many times where it's a fuck you and a and
like, it's amazing how mad they get when you won't endanger their kids for them.
Yeah, I mean it's something that, like said Pete, he said he's giving them PTSD. It was such a problem. And I understand the mom's frustration. I get it.
Yeah. Right.
She's struggling. She's just trying to make life work. She's got a bunch of kids. I understand that she's frustrated with getting all those booster seats and the frustrating part too is of course other Ubers have taken her because some people don't care.
Right.
And it's just, I feel bad for both of them. I'm glad she did that. Kind of I know she felt like she was teaching her a lesson, but she's just gonna call another Uber right after that,
right,
and get it. So
and that's the people who cause the problem. The people who take it, like Pete said, they cause the problems for everybody else because you hear her. She's like, "Well, I've always done it, and everybody else takes it, and nobody gives me a problem. Why are you making such a big deal out of it?"
Yeah, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I was when my kids were little, I was the biggest seat. What are they called? Car seat enforcer. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's I totally get both sides. And we're not angels over here. I've definitely moved kids.
Sure.
Because it was raining and the lady was going a mile, and I'm just like, I can't fucking leave this lady in the rain. But I never did it on a regular basis. If everything was fine, the situation was fine, I'm like, nope, not going to do it. But
extenuating circumstances.
Yeah. Until people stop doing it, and again, I don't blame the mom either. She's just trying to save a buck and trying to probably get to work and shit like that, but you just can't do it. So, Driven Dad, well, I've seen you in a while. Lady who needs 3 boosters. They make travel boosters that are able to, they do actually. Yeah. But that's the thing. Tony, $45 a pop. I mean, if you need 3 of them, that's expensive. You know what I mean? But I have seen those. We actually talked about it, I think, at one point.
Oh yeah. We talked about all sorts of different car seats over the years, different ones they had that, they had some inflatable ones, and then these ones that fold up, and all sorts of different kinds of car seats.
But what I mean, the bottom line, the responsibility falls down to the mom. I mean, it really does. And you just got to do it. You got to figure it out. I mean, you just got to figure it out. So, all right. Okay, so this is a good one for Pete. Now, I will let you know, I previewed this video with Pete. I sent it to him, and asked him if it was fake. He's on. No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. I want you to watch it first. So
Okay.
let me find that real quick. Okay, so it's 35 seconds.
Yep.
It says DoorDash prank, day 2 of suspicious kindness. So we'll watch that and see
What's up.
Not much. How you doing?
Bad, but not great.
Well, hopefully things get better for you, man. All right, well, there's your drink, buddy.
Yeah, and then I got this too.
Oh, yeah, man.
I always get double dashed.
There you go. Well, you have a good day, man.
Yeah, well, I got this. I thank you for your service, and you're really nice, and you're really good at this.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Here, take a tip.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have a great day.
You too.
Okay.
What?
What is happening in that? Okay, there's so much going on in that
Yes,
video.
that's a lot to take in. And
The chicken, I can't.
yeah.
And then he just drops the strawberry lemonade in his crotch. So I will say Pete thinks he said it's borderline. Now I looked at the comments, and the number one comment was that driver's wife, and said he is the nicest man, and he just, you know, he doesn't judge anybody. You see the guy who's like, oh man, I hope your day gets better. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think it's real. The one thing I would have been a little concerned about as the driver, though, like when that guy starts pulling shit out of his pants and like digging in the bush, I'm like,
dude, I'm out. Yeah, I am gone.
There's a pistol gonna come out in about 2 seconds, and I'm dead.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah, or anybody who drops a drink down into into the waistband of their pants.
Yeah,
you're at that point, you're like, okay, this is not somebody I need to be hanging around. I need to, you know, cut a trail out of here.
Yeah,
and then especially when he reaches into the bushes after that.
Well, I know, and I'm like, God, and that's why the wife was like, he's so loving. I'm like, he's gonna get shot. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like maybe don't run away, but maybe back up slowly. I mean, he
has red flags all over it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, have a good day.
Have a good day.
Have the day
Not
you deserve.
taking my eyes off you as I back up and get in my car.
Right.
Oh my God.
And then that guy risking bringing out that wad of money. Like, what happens if the driver was like shady? Whack
him in the head and take it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll take all of that, please.
Yeah.
He said the main thing that makes him think it's fake is that stack of money.
Yeah.
I mean, it all could be fake though. Like he had a chicken in his pants. I mean,
the chicken was fake. The chicken was fake.
Look at Josh's comment. He really pulled out his tip for the driver. My God, Josh. Oh my gosh. That one's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give you props for that one. But yeah, I mean, it all could be considered fake because of the stack of money. I mean, it's pretty easy to get a stack of money. Like, I mean, it's
and all the middle could be ones. I mean, you could have some big, 10s and 20s on the ends or whatever. But yeah,
I almost died though because I thought in the moment he was going to give him that stack. I'm like,
oh yeah,
for this guy.
Yeah,
I'm seriously gonna cry.
That's what I thought the first time I watched it.
Because even if it is all ones, there's still probably. Yeah. I mean, it was. I'm not.
A couple $100. Yeah.
Tony, that's the kind of tip you can't tip in the app.
Yeah,
that's right. Hey-oh.
Well, they won't let you. Yeah, they won't let you do that.
They frown upon that. They'll probably just brush it under the rug. But typically,
it's DoorDash. They'll steal it.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Larry, that was your story. So, I just went with it. I realized
it's all good, man.
How to get more tips, and then oh my God, just talking about tips. Here come the jokes. I didn't even. Geez. Son of a bitch. Josh is ruining the show. I'm just kidding, Josh. I'm totally kidding. So this guy says a part-time Uber driver earned $24K last year. Explains how he thinks a ukulele and an EV earned him more tips. In 2023, he bought his ukulele when he drove for Uber and lived part-time in Oakland, California. This year, he average tip amount increased from $1.19 from $1.05. So we're talking big bucks.
Wow.
I know. And it ticked up to $1.24 in 2024. So wow, bro.
Why is this a story?
I don't know. Tips accounted for about 19% of his rideshare earnings in 2024, up from 12%. Now that is a significant amount, because we talked about in that story, or not story, but that Gridwise did that, and that data thing, that 9% is usually the average. So
yeah, that's just so low to me.
9%.
Yeah.
He talked about, which this is kind of, I would agree with him. He says having a ukulele in his car isn't the only thing that helps him, get tips is conversations, right? I mean, you got to treat the person right. You got to interact them.
You got to stand out somehow.
Yeah. Well, then of course they talk about, well, after buying a Tesla in 2021, people have been regularly asking him whether he likes it and where he charges his electric vehicle. Yeah. This is kind of a weird, title or kind of clickbait article, but it's good to bring up. Is just in general, have conversation with your passengers if they want to. So he said he earned that 24K with only 15 hours a week, but he has Prop 22 in California, so that bumps everything up to $20 an hour, which is 120% of the minimum wage. So I think it's super important to make sure you interact with your passengers. That's the one thing I kind of miss. Yes and no, because I don't want to talk to people, but when I deliver food, you don't really get that interaction and have an ability to make the tip higher. I don't know. Is that a thing even?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends on your zone, I think. I mean, your market, it definitely, because I've been able to, interact with certain customers anyway, and definitely gotten a higher tip because of it. So
you're doing, this has just popped in my head, speaking of relationship with customers. So you're doing it a lot. Are you getting a lot of repeat customers? And do you feel like, I mean,
I look sometimes and I'm like, I know exactly where the house is. I don't even need to. Yeah.
But are you interacting with them, or is it just like a no contact? Mostly?
Not face to face usually, but a lot of times, just in messaging
through the chat.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Are you, when you see them that they're a repeat, just say, hey, nice to, I don't know. I'm just asking, do you do any kind of extra messaging? Because I see that a lot on Reddit. And I never did that. I feel as a customer, just deliver my shit and we're good.
That's how I feel too. I just kind of play it by ear usually, but I know there are a lot of people who have, they have their scripted text and they send this and then they send this, and I don't know. I think that would bug me, like you said,
it seems like they can overwhelm them, because some of these people are like, okay, I message them, I'm on my way to pick up your food. Okay, I just picked up your food. Okay, I'm on my way to your house. Okay, I'm around the corner. You're overwhelming them with stuff.
No,
I can see all that.
I will with college kids though, because I mean, not to be nice, but hey, I'm on the way, so you better start walking down because. Yeah,
Josh, I was gonna say I wouldn't mind if someone sent me a meme, just a funny one.
Yeah,
I'm totally cool with that. And honestly, the only time I message them is if I'm shopping for them and I have an issue, or I'm like, hey, it's taking forever. If I'm gonna keep it, if it's taking forever, I'm just gonna unassign it and go on with my day. But I like the meme thing. Just one, hey, I'm on the way, and just whatever Superman meme. I'm like, oh, that's
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it can go overboard and be annoying, especially the people that actually ask for tips. Hey, I had to wait a little bit longer. Can you do me a favor and tip me a little more?
Oh, that's so tacky. I just can't.
How awkward too. I just wouldn't have the stones to do it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to lower your tip just because you ask.
For sure. Well, this has been a great show, Maureen. We usually go for an hour, so we're probably going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming on. And,
it was fun.
Tell me, so you're going to be live tomorrow, right? So you're going to be.
Yes. So anybody who is still doing their taxes, I have Tanya as a CPA, and she's going to be answering all gig work tax related questions. So 7:30 tomorrow on my TikTok channel.
And we
Josh
know there's
and I-
people who need to watch that because we see the stupid questions they ask in the Facebook groups.
I have questions
supposed to
too.
be-
I gave her
supposed to be
like this
tracking
big long
mileage?
list of questions that I had, and she's like, "Okay, I have all your questions answered in my head. So when you
Right.
ask, you know, because
Right.
it
Right.
is, it's very difficult. So
Yeah. Well, check that out. It's Mo Side Hustles, right on TikTok.
yeah, most side hustles too. It is.
Why
yeah.
is there two?
I don't know. You know me, you know,
Yeah.
because
be
when I
unique.
originally signed up, somebody had already taken that.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. And I never thought that I would have 12,000 followers.
There you go.
I
You're doing
never-
a great job. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
All right. Good night.
Thanks,
Night, everybody.
guys.
Hey,
Thank you.
thanks, Mo.